So, Pro Football Network thinks the Bengals should go ahead and sign Quandre Diggs, ex-Seattle Seahawk, ex-Tennessee Titan, strong safety slash free safety. He actually played both positions. He also played a little bit of cornerback back when he was with Detroit, ironically enough. But last season, he only played 8 games. Why was that? Because he had a season-ending injury. He had a Liz Frank injury where he had to get season-ending surgery for it. And if you want to know what that is, little side note, it's a serious injury to the foot, specifically involving the midfoot and the Liz Frank joint, where the bones connect to the tarsal bones, blah, blah, blah. It's a foot injury. It's a very serious foot injury. Recovery time with non-surgical treatments is 6 to 8 weeks. Surgical treatments is 6 to 8 weeks. Initial weight bearing followed by gradual weight bearing and physical therapy. Full recovery can take 6 months to a year or more. So, and obviously this is a football player. So this is a guy who, is running full strength on it. He's going to need to have it as recovered as possible. Because you, again, don't want to have the chance of it re-injuring, right? So, 6 months to a year. Now, it happened last November, which would mean 6 months from last November. Actually, what's the exact date we have here? The exact date is November 4th. So, that would put us roughly around May 4th as the 6-month mark. 6 months from now would be right around, well, I'm an idiot. It would be a year from now, which would be November 4th again. But right now is when he should be recovering 100, not 100%, but at least majority of his recovery should happen sometime in May. And then you would keep going on and on. Now, he did get surgery, so hopefully everything works out there. Haven't heard any setbacks on him. But the question is, should we pick him up? And the answer to this question has always been the same on this channel. It's a yes, depending on the price tag. He is 32 years old. Is coming off a Liz Frank injury. It's not an ACL tear. It's not a PCL tear. But usually when it comes to players, especially skill position players, foot injuries are always something that lingers. I know athlete's foot is something that always lingers as well. Not as serious. But athlete foot. I'm going to say turf toe, and I said athlete's foot. My brain, guys. Turf toe is something that lingers. That's always a problem. And it really never goes away. We've seen players miss games because of turf toe. It's hard to have an injury. Like, that's why ACL, PCL, MCL injuries, plus any type of ankle or foot injuries. It's hard to have an injury on your lower body because you're always using it, right? Every time you walk, you're using your lower body. So if you have any injuries down there, it's hard to 100% recover from them because you're always walking around. Even if you try your best not to move, you have to a certain degree because you have to work out the muscles. So it's always a problem when you have lower body injuries, especially at a skill player position. When you're running around trying to cover, you got to play the top speed. It's harder. When you're 32 years old, that's even adding more issues in there. So across the board, it's a mess when it comes to injuries at all, but especially lower body. So 5'9", 197, played 8 games last year, had how many interceptions? 0 interceptions last year, okay. Looks like every year of his career, he's had at least 1 interception, except for, what we got here? Well, 2019, actually, he did play on 2 teams. He played on Detroit and Seattle. So technically, 0 interceptions is not accurate because he did play on both teams. So he had an interception every year of his career since 2016. Since 2017, technically. So, 3-time Pro Bowler in 2020, 2021, 2022. If the price tag is right, I'm all good for it, but I don't know if the price tag's going to be right. And again, he's coming off a foot injury. So, I guess we have to wait and see how he is doing with that foot injury. Obviously, he'll have to pass a physical to sign with us anyway, so he's going to have to be at least enough to pass a physical. I'm okay with it. The price tag's right. I mean, we have the money. Like, that's another factor. We have the money. Let's make this team as good as possible. Signing a safety, 2 guards, 1 and 2 guards, and I'm happy. But we have the money to do it. There's really no reason not to. Bring him in, see how he does. At the end of the day, we'll see if he is able to help us out. If not, then he won't make the 53-man roster. And that's pretty much it. I'd say give him a contract based on solely nothing guaranteed. Make it an incentive-based contract. Say, hey, listen, you're going to get a very low base salary here, but if you play a certain amount of snaps, you get extra money. If you get, maybe like 3 interceptions this season, you get a certain amount of money. Every sack you get, if we decide to blitz you, get a certain amount of money. Like, make it incentive-based. Insanely incentive-based with no guarantees, and I think you can make that work. But it does come down to that. So tell me down below your thoughts, opinions. See you guys next one.